Now, breaking news out of the 41 Action News newsroom. Want to get straight to the video coming in from SkyTracker right now. This is a live look at a police chase of an older model Cadillac. You can see that light colored vehicle. We know very little at this point, but this is a dangerous situation on eastbound I-70. Captain Greg, can you tell us exactly where we are?
Okay, yeah, eastbound I-70, Krista. We just went past Blue Ridge Cutoff, so just passing the stadiums here a moment ago and coming up on Pittman. This is a chase that apparently originated with Independence. It has caused an accident, what appeared to be an injury accident on 31st Street, about Jackson. We're not exactly sure where, but just about 5 minutes ago that happened. And now we're continuing to follow them back towards Independence, eastbound, coming up on Sterling here in just a few minutes.
Captain, this is just a disaster waiting to happen, I feel like. Can you get any idea? It looks like he may be even doubling speeds of those on the roads. Would that be something you could guesstimate?
Yeah, I mean, he's been very fast, probably up towards 100 miles an hour. He did just get off of 70 onto Sterling now, and now southbound on Sterling. This could be over by the Blue Ridge Crossing Shopping Center.
And we are trying to figure out why they were pursuing in the first place, but when there's a danger to people on the roadways here, we'll make sure to let you know about it. So if you know of anybody in these areas, police pursuing now for several minutes at the very least. You heard Captain say a wreck maybe about 5 minutes ago at 31st Street. We're trying to confirm that too, perhaps somebody injured there from this. We do know that police were following, many police cars were following at one point and backed off because of concerns about putting people at risk. We're seeing this car turn onto a residential road now where speed limits should be much slower than what he or she is traveling. We do know the news helicopter is following, and then of course SkyTracker. Captain, what can you tell us now?
Yeah, over in this residential area south of, I think it's going to still be Kansas City, but over towards Independence. And like you said, Krista, the police have actually stopped chasing him, just in fact barely following him on the ground. The police helicopter almost exclusively doing this, and the ground, the surface units just generally keeping up with him. He's kind of heading over towards Blue Ridge Boulevard right now, but nothing behind him, as he's still slowing down a little bit, but still much too fast for this residential area.
And we can see the front damage here on the passenger side of this vehicle. I know that sometimes, I don't know if Brenda Lee's up there on camera with you, but can we get in close enough to see, is it one person in the car? We got talking a couple of people?
Yeah, James is pushing in on it right now. Okay. You can maybe see a little bit hard with the sun glint right now, but still southbound now over on Blue Ridge. And once again, police helicopter continues to follow them. I don't see any police units around him right now.
And I don't know if people at home can see this, but it doesn't appear to be anybody else in the car, but it is definitely, like you said, hard to tell with that glint. But it does appear the sunshine is shining onto that passenger seat, at least from what I'm trying to see. But you've got a driver there nonetheless, front end damage, which may have been at that situation where Captain was talking about 31st Street, where there was an accident. And we have video of that. Let's put that up so everybody can see what's happened already with this person fleeing from police. There it is right there. That's where that car got that front end damage. Look how close the school bus was. Oh, okay, so that happened at about 31st Street. We're going to play it again for you so you can see. We're following it live on the left, and we're going to show you that video again on the right. Here you go. We think this was about 31st Street. Hit a car. We were being told at one point there may be injuries from that person in the car. Now, at that point is when police who were chasing this vehicle, traveling at high speeds, backed off because suddenly there is a danger that may be too much for the chase. So now we've been following this car live overhead on SkyTracker that's back in these residential areas. Always makes you nervous about 340 because you never know if kids are out walking, trying to get home from school. Captain, where are we now? The other thing we have to be careful about is I know Captain's very busy making sure to stay out of the way of the police helicopter, making sure everybody's safe in the air. But as soon as we can get him to tell us where we are, we'll for sure get that. But this vehicle was traveling at I-70 eastbound at one point at what Captain was estimating to be about 100 miles an hour, if not more. and we've seen them turn. And when they start winding around inside these little residential streets like this, it's hard for us to follow exactly where they are, but maybe Captain can tell us now about where we are.
Okay, guys, we are, well, I'll tell you what, I'm not real familiar with this part of town. You're going to see the police helicopter here. I'm going to have James White now. Well, he actually just missed it. The police helicopter, of course, is much lower than us, and we're up at about 2,300 feet, and they're about 1,500 feet. So these guys perhaps lost or just trying to find a place to ditch that car at this point. We're south of 40 Highway over here, and just a little bit west of Nolan Road, so a older residential neighborhood over in that area.
So sometimes with these police chases, I've had officers tell me that these suspects who are fleeing from police, believe it or not, may or may not even know there's a helicopter following them. So they start to think maybe they can get away, maybe they've ditched police, maybe they've been successful in losing them, when in all actuality, police have backed off for safety reasons and are following quite tightly, just as we are, to watch where they end up and direct their ground crews to the right place. But definitely winding around. We're starting to see some activity here with either a stop or a turnaround. Let's see what they do.
And Krista, I think you're right. A lot of times we find that suspects that are trying to evade the police don't have any idea that the police helicopter, or the news helicopter for that matter, is behind them. They're obviously, as you can imagine, pretty focused on just trying to get away and paying attention to what's on the ground.
You know, and I'm not an expert at speeds when you're trying to look at it from the air, but it does appear that this man is going entirely too fast for this residential area, even without an obvious police presence behind him. Have we seen police cars show up behind him again, or are they still very far back, Captain?
Yeah, I don't see any police cars in sight right now.
So as he maneuvers through these small streets, like Captain said, maybe looking for a place to ditch the car, which of course makes you concerned about anybody who might be getting into or out of their car at the wrong time in this vicinity. We'll get a sort of a better understanding where we are. We do know that police were following at a pretty high rate of speed at one point until there was a wreck that may have had injuries at about 31st Street is what we were told. That video is on the right-hand side of your screen. And then look here, there's a school bus there that was about a half a block from being in that intersection as well. Left-hand side of your screen, still live coverage of this car maneuvering his or her way through these residential roads in Kansas City.
Evidence this guy is lost, Krista, as he's on a dead-end road right now, so...
Oh, well.
He's going to come around the circle and go right back out again, presumably.
Sometimes we just watch this with you because you feel like at any moment
it's like
there could be a
51st and Grand right now.
51st and Grand?
Yeah, which is, I believe, an Independence address.
Okay. So then as many people who cover police chases or watch them with any amount of interest, you understand that the original pursuing district would stay on, and maybe Independence, since they're now in Independence, would join. Very fast speeds here. You don't have to be an expert on speeds to notice that this person is going entirely too fast for safety, for sure. And you just hope
he's going to come up to two officers here at this next intersection.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Have James widen out just a little bit right there. But they're not actually pursuing him. They're just kind of staying in the area in communication with the helicopter and just watching to see what he does. Now, they are starting to follow him a little bit closer. So we'll see if he kind of panics.
We just saw the police helicopter, Captain, kind of cross in front of your shot. So glad to know you're on two different planes of traffic there.
Very much so. Yeah, we're quite a bit higher.
Now, I think it's interesting that you could see him approaching where two officers were kind of hanging out to see when they could be useful. But did you see stop sticks or anything down?
No, they didn't have the opportunity to do that. So now he's northbound going back up towards like 47th Street, not too far from 40 Highway.
Captain, where did you say he is again?
Well, he's going to make this right turn and go eastbound on 47th Street.
Eastbound
so now
on 47.
Yeah, heading back over towards 40 Highway, right
Heading
by
towards
the
40
AMF.
Highway.
Yeah,
So
right
I'm
by the
relaying to
AMF.
one of our producers because we are watching this pretty closely to see what might be in the area. And one of our employees here has some kids at a school that may be in that area, and so she's concerned about potentially being near a school. We're trying to double check that for you, but with
Now
every
in a trailer
turn.
park that I don't know that there's a way out of this trailer park. There's just one entrance in and out of this trailer park, so this might get difficult for them right here.
So there's only one way in and out of this. Okay, let's look here. Okay, out. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, you can see he's on foot on the south end of this trailer park. It goes down into a creek area behind it, so.
So he doesn't even appear to have looked up yet, which is always interesting.
And of course now the police are really converging on this location.
Oh. I'm sure that you guys can all tell at home with us, but there was a mattress out behind this shed, and he has now climbed under the mattress and is attempting to hide from police. Can we tell how close police are, Captain, to...
They're very close, and the police helicopter is just about right on top of it.
Any vehicles, any police officers' vehicles pulled up yet to get out and try to find him?
You know what? They haven't gotten that close yet. Well, we'll kind of see what the police helicopter does here. Hang on one second.
Okay. So if you're just joining us, this person has been driving in a late model Cadillac, going very high rates of speed along I-70 eastbound and through Kansas City into Missouri. The person at about 31st Street, we think, hit that car right there, took some front end damage, maybe had injuries in that other car, very close to a bus. And then, so what happens here is sometimes Captain is in touch with the police to make sure that he can make, if anybody has any questions as to where this person might have climbed. But person drove into a trailer park with only one way in and out, has ditched the car, has come running around a couple of these trailer homes, and is now shimmied himself under this mattress out behind this outbuilding here behind some property there. The police officers' cars were in the vicinity. They have to be approaching fairly quickly. We also know that the police officers' helicopter is overhead and has been following this as well. We know that the ground crews slowed with their pursuit and stopped. Now we can see somebody on foot up in the corner left hand of our screen. I can in mine. Can you guys at home see that? So we do know there are some people on foot. But the officers will let up on those police chases when it starts to become too dangerous to keep pursuing. And I have not seen, and maybe you at home, I don't think you probably have seen this person come out from under this mattress where they're hiding. So we're going to stay with this because you have to believe we're minutes away from perhaps this ending. But we're also still trying to work to find out why police were pursuing this person in the first place. If our producer Sean could see if we've got any information on that. Here, okay, look at this. The cops the police officers have their guns drawn. They're coming around the back of this building very cautiously. At this point, they have no idea if this guy's armed. They have no idea. And there he is. At least 5, maybe 6 or 7 police officers coming around the back of that building, now checking to see 6 police officers. 2 different uniforms here, which is indicating that there are different departments pursuing, likely Kansas City and Independence, since we know those are the 2 jurisdictions that this police chase came through. Started in Kansas City, ended up in Independence. We're getting a little bit of digitation there, or digitizing on the video. But so this person is now in custody. Here's the thing, we've got the Now starting here on our channel in about 10 minutes. We're going to have more information on this as we work to gather more. We'll also be on at 5 and 6 and, of course, at 10 this evening. If there's anything new to tell you about or a recap or some details about this, we'll for sure let you know about it. Also, our website and our digital app. That's breaking news here from 41 Action News. For now, we'll send you back to regular programming. See you soon.